All right, welcome to day 3. Today we're going to be looking at taking your orders. So there's once again some math involved. So it says, congrats, your taco shop is now open. We're going to take orders from six different people, no more, no less. On the order forms below, so there's some on this slide and then some on another. Each person must order one taco, and as we said, it may not be a taco. You may have burritos or something that's under your taco menu portion. It may be a quesadilla. It depends on what you did. One side, so some of you may have beans, some of you may have rice, some of you have something else. One drink, and then one dessert. Okay, so just single orders here. All right, so what you're going to do is your customer, so you can, let's say it's Joe Smith. You would write the name there. We can make it up. What we could do is we could have people possibly go around the room. This is something I want to discuss with Mrs. Jones first. So all this video is being pre-recorded. We'll discuss that with her. So your taco choice will go here. All right, so let's say it's a taco. All right, just keeping it simple. And then you're going to write the price there. All right, and then that same person will choose a side. Let's say it's beans, and let's say it's only $1. All right, and then they're going to do a drink choice, which let's say it's soda. Let's say it's $2, and then a dessert. Maybe it's a Spanish cookie of some sort, and then let's say that's $1. You're going to take all these, simple part, and then add them up. Right, in this case here, it would be $7. And that's it. You're going to repeat that for right here, so a different person, right? And then on the next slide, so that was our first 2 customers. On the next slide, we have our 4 other people, right? So giving us a grand total of the 6. So this portion here is important. We also want to make sure that we have our names, so we know who it is, all right? Because we may be able to move around the classroom to do this if everyone can handle it, all right? And then these are all the important things. It doesn't matter if you have repeats. Some people may want to pick the same thing, okay? All right, this is the portion that you definitely want to take close attention to, okay? So you want to follow along. You may need to go back and watch this. So for number 1, it says, what is the total cost of order number 1? So you go back to order number 1, which was 2 slides back, slide 11. If you included 4.5% sales tax and a $20 tip. So we do $7 because I believe that was 7. And then what we're going to do is within parentheses, we're going to do 100% because we're doing 100% of our total bill, which at this point is 7, plus the 4.5% because that's added on to our bill, plus the 20%, which is also added into our bill. What you see right here is exactly what you can put into your calculator and you should get an answer, okay? Now, for number 2, they changed it up a bit. It says customer number 2 gives you a 15% off coupon. What is the new cost of the order? Now, that's what we call a discount. So if I'm just making up a number, right, let's say that cost was $10. I don't know what you have for customer number 2. It's going to look similar to what we had here in number 1. We're going to do 100% because we're doing 100% of the bill. However, a 15% off coupon is taken away. So we take 15% off, all right? And then you would put your answer in there. Number 3, it says customer 3 found a hair in their taco. To make up for it, you give 40% off their order, but they still have to pay the 4.5% sales tax, right? Let's say that it's $10 again, all right? We'll continue with $10. Now, we're going to multiply. We do the standard 100%. You're going to see that happen every time. We're taking 40% off of their bill. So we're going to do 40% off. We subtract. However, they still have to pay the 4.5% sales tax. So you have to factor that in. So right now, these numbers here are going to change depending on what your orders were. However, what's in the parentheses will not change for everyone. All right, let's continue. Number 4. What is the total cost of order number 4 if the customer received 10% off and paid a 15% gratuity and 4.5% sales tax? All right, this is a tough one again. So once again, let's say that was $10. I don't know. That may change from one person to the next. So once again, this is going to change from for each of you. We do multiplication, 100%, standard. All right, they received 10% off. We subtract the 10%. Paid 15% gratuity. plus 15%. All right, and 4.5% sales tax. All that will get plugged in. These percent signs have to be there or it's not going to be correct. The math is not going to be correct, which will be looked at. Okay? All right, this is another one that may be difficult. So, for part 5, this is the last slide that we'll do today, slide 14. It says, in the space below, predict how many sales of each item before you are going to make next month. So, each guess needs to be between 100 and 500. So that's important. It needs to be between 100 and 500. So let's say that last month you predicted that there would be 125 tacos. All right. You also suggested that there was going to be 150 sides sold. There was going to be 200 soft drinks and then 250 desserts sold. Okay. Now, underneath here it says, your guesses turned out to be incorrect. Follow the directions to change your guesses. So when we're doing this, the formula is going to look like this. We're going to put our actual, right, which is going to come right from here, minus our guesses, which comes right from here, these ones, all right, and then we divide by our guesses as well. Okay. So let's take a look. So for the first one with the tacos, we thought that we were going to have 125 tacos. So this is our guesses right here, 125 over 125. However, it says add 75 to the number of tacos sold. So we're actually going to do add to the 125, which is 200. 125 plus 75 is 200. So when we plug this into the calculator, we could do, I would do parentheses, 200 minus 125, close out your parentheses, divide by 125. So your percent of error is 0.6. However, we want to make this, oh wait, I'm sorry, scratch that. So we're actually, I'm sorry, we messed this part up. Just stick with me here. All right, so we said 125, 150, 200, 250. All right, so we're going to add 25 to the ones that were actually sold. This is actually going to be 200. For the sides, we're going to subtract 1, so it's actually going to be 149. Here, we're going to subtract 100, so this is going to be 100. 200 minus 100 is 100. Add 35, so 250 plus 35 is 285. Okay. Now we could calculate the percent of error for each one. So these are going to be percentages. So as I stated before, this is where this would go. So we would do this formula here. So it's the actual minus the guess. This will be the same for everyone. Guess. That's the formula you're going to use. All right. So for the first one, if I was to do it, we would divide. You get 0.6. We want that as a percent, so it's 60%. For number 2, we do 150. So parentheses 150 minus 149, close it out. You divide by the 149. That ends up being 1%. So there wasn't a big error there. So it's 0. You have to round it off to that. It ends up being 1%. It has to be in percent. Number 3, same thing. We do 200. Because that's from right here, minus the 100, divide by 100. So that ends up being 200 minus 100, dividing by 100. It gives you 1, but as a percent, we hit the slide twice to the right. That's 100%. Number 4, we do the 250 or 285 minus 250. Dividing by the 250. So when we do that, we end up getting 4.14. That's 14%. Now, this is going to be different for all of you. All right, we will be around to help you with this. Okay, so you may want to refer back to this if you're doing this on your own at night at home.